Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NFL Week 11 on Sunday, November 21st, 2021. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 4 picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for this Sunday NFL slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 900 subscribers here by the end of the week. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page. It's a great place to connect with our community. I'll have a link in the comment section and in the description to that. It's a great place to get new ideas for bets. Have a lot of great minds in there. So I'd encourage you to check that out. Also, be sure to place your favorite bet down below in the comment section. If you'd like your pick included in our comment cappers section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include it in the video if it hits. Exciting news here at the channel, guys. We have a new website off the ground now, straightfirepicks.com. Really excited about that. Feel free to check that out. There's not a lot up there right now. We are just getting it off the ground. There is a shirt up there for sale. Other than that, that's about it. But we're going to be updating that and getting that really rolling here on the channel. We have our new logo out, the official logo of the channel now, so I'm really excited about that as well. So thank you all for your continued support, guys. You guys have been awesome, making this a really fun community, so I appreciate all of you. Now let's get right into the results from the previous week. So for our comment cappers, we had Gotta Get the Bag calling the Teddy Bridgewater under 256.5 passing yards at minus 115 odds. Great cash there for Gotta Get the Bag. As far as our stream results, we went 1-4. We cashed the P.J. Walker under for passing yards. We missed on the Kirk Cousins under for passing yards. We missed on the Atlanta Falcons Cowboys first half total 20 under 27.5. Cowboys blitzed them there 36-3. We missed on the Cole Beasley over 49.5 receiving yards, and then we missed on the Titans spread minus 2.5. Titans won by 2. That was the bad beat of the week. That one really hurt. Saints scored a late touchdown and missed a 2-point conversion, and that one really bothered me. But what can you do? We're going to get after it here today, guys. We're going to get this 4-0. So getting right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with the Green Bay Packers money line here versus the Minnesota Vikings at minus 112 odds. So I know Aaron Jones is out, right? The Packers have a lot of injuries. Tunyon's done for the year. Lazard's not going to be available. They have enough injuries to go around for sure. But as long as Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are in there, I like my chances with those two in particular. And in case you didn't know, Aaron Jones had a backup, and he happens to be pretty good. His name is A.J. Dillon. He could probably start on 20 other teams, to be honest with you. He's a very talented backup. He's averaging 4.6 yards per carry in his career and 12.1 yards per reception in his career. So he honestly is very capable out of the backfield. You guys have probably seen him play. He splits carries with Jones, and he's very capable. And like I said, coming into this game, I really like the way, for one, the way this Packers defense is playing. The third ranked scoring defense and the third best passing defense. So obviously I love seeing that. And they're playing a Minnesota team here that does not cover spreads very well at home. We watched them play against the Cowboys a couple weeks back. Really expected them to cover at home and win at home. And they lost to a Dak Prescott-less Cowboys team. So my expectations are not very high here from the Vikings. They're 1-3 against the spread at home. And Green Bay on the flip side of that is 5-0 against the spread on the road. So Green Bay has been very good, obviously. Now, there's an asterisk next to that. Technically, they have one loss that wasn't considered on the road. It was a neutral site game there against New Orleans. So if you want to call it 5-1 against the spread on the road, that's fine too. It wasn't in New Orleans. The game was like in Florida or something. So obviously, I just like Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. It's hard to bet against him, and he's got his guy Devontae. So it's like, what's to talk about here? The Packers have been, one of the best teams in the NFL this year. They're 9-1 overall against the spread. They've been incredible. They've been probably the NFL's best bet. They're the best team against the spread. And we're just asking for the money line here. The Vikings here, do they have holes as far as with the team? They sure do. They're the fifth worst run defense, so I think A.J. Dillon will actually have a very solid game here. And he'll be able to exploit this running defense for sure, and he's very capable, so I expect him to. And then we got the fact Aaron Rodgers is also 15-9-1 versus the Minnesota Vikings in his career, which I obviously like to see that. I don't think that changes here. I think we'll get to 16-9-1. I think they get it done here. They are definitely a superior team, just top to bottom, particularly on the defensive side, actually. So take it there for your number one pick. Green Bay Packers money line versus the Vikings at -112 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with CJ Uzomah over 28.5 receiving yards here for the Bengals versus the Raiders at -113 odds. So, the Las Vegas Raiders allow the second most receiving yards to tight ends at 72.8 yards per game. If you happen to be watching that Raiders-Chiefs game last Sunday night, you would have seen Travis Kelce going off on them. 8 catches for 119 yards for Kelce in that game. So, a lot of problems here for the Raiders in the middle of the field as far as defensively. And Uzomah is a very capable tight end. Obviously his usage hasn't been extremely high this season because they have a lot of capable wide receivers with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They are loaded at wide receiver. But I think in this game they're going to be able to exploit this matchup. Like I said, Uzomah is actually a very good receiving tight end when they decide to use him. He's had a few games where he's gone over 90 yards. He's had a couple touchdowns in a couple games. You remember that game there against the Ravens, where he had a couple touchdown grabs, over 90 receiving yards. He did very well. To this line on the season, Uzomah is just 4-5 to this line, which I wouldn't be crazy about that. But then you look at his targets in his last 4, and he's been progressively averaging more targets as the year has gone on. Last 4 games in order: 3, 3, 4, and 5 for targets. So his targets have been increasing, and I like to see that, obviously. He had just 13 targets in his first 5 games, and he's had 15 targets in his last 4. So obviously I like to see that. The fact that they're targeting him more, and obviously this is just a really good matchup. He's going to have an opportunity here in the middle of the field to do some work, and I'm expecting, honestly, Burrow and the Bengals to have a huge game here on the road against the Raiders. I'm also expecting the Bengals to win. So take it there for your number 2 pick, CJ Uzomah over 28.5 receiving yards here for the Bengals versus the Raiders at -113 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we are going with Lamar Jackson under 245.5 passing yards here at -113 odds. So I was waiting for the day where I'd finally take the under on Lamar Jackson. I've been betting his over so much this year, and he's been cashing. And I was like, is there going to come a day where I'm going to bet Lamar Jackson's under? And that day is today. His line is now a little bit too boosted, honestly, for me. His line's been kind of going up here because he's had a lot of success. But this is getting to the point now where I think we're asking a little too much of Lamar. He's coming into this game with an illness. He is technically questionable. The fact that he's a little sick too, I think plays into our favor, to be honest with you. And the matchup here just doesn't make any sense for him to throw for 250 yards. Bears are actually 10th best versus the pass, so we like that, and they're 10th worst versus the run. So, what does Baltimore love to do anyway? If they had their priority, they're going to run the football there with John Harbaugh. They're 24th in the NFL pass-to-run ratio, so the Ravens love to run the football. And this is going to be the game for it. There's no reason not to run the football. There's supposed to be some rain in the forecast too. Precipitation, 40% chance there in the afternoon. So, there may not be a lot of weather, but still, Ravens should run the football here. There's no reason they shouldn't. They're one of the best running teams in the league, led by Jackson. And they could plug anyone in back there, and they seem to be able to get it done. And then, it's the fact that Bears have actually held quarterbacks under this line in 4 of the last 5 games. That includes Tom Brady and Derek Carr. So obviously those guys love to toss it around. Somehow they held them under right around 200 yards for each of them. So Lamar Jackson is definitely not as dynamic of a passer. He is a good passer. I'm not going to take that away from him. But what makes him so special is the fact that he can do both. And I think at this point his line has gotten a little too high, and we need to pound this under here. So I love it there, guys. Take it there for your number 3 pick, Lamar Jackson under 245.5 pass yards here for the Ravens at -113 odds. Okay, and finally at number 4, we're going with the under 49.5 points in the Bills-Colts game at -110 odds. So this is another one where weather could come into play. Chance of rain is 80% in the afternoon here in this Bills-Colts game. Does that impact points? You're darn right it does. It absolutely does. It makes throwing the football very hard at times. And even if there wasn't weather, We're talking about two defenses here that rank inside, that are in the top half of football. In scoring defense, Bills are number one. And scoring defense have been very good, obviously, this season. The Colts are 13th. So obviously both defenses could play. And I watched the Bills. The reason why I really like this is I've seen the Bills offense really struggle in two of their last three games versus the Jaguars and the Dolphins. I'm not going to give them any credit for hanging 45 on the Jets. Just about everybody hangs 45 on the Jets nowadays. Their defense is so bad. It's just weird. So I'm not going to give the Bills a lot of credit there. But against the Jags, they put up 6 points. That's not going to get it done. And against Miami, most of that game, they were relegated till the fourth quarter. They scored a couple late touchdowns and finished with 26 points. But I think, honestly, this is going to be one of those games where I expect the Bills to win. But it's going to be somewhere, I would imagine, 24-17, 27-17, 21-13. A score like that, low scoring, physical football game. I'm definitely expecting that. Colts are definitely going to want to run the ball in this game. I don't know if they're going to have a lot of success. The Bills are obviously, like I said, very good defensively. And, so far, the way the games have played out, it does, the trend does head this way as well to the under. Colts games have gone under to this line in 3 of 4 games on the road. So obviously I like to see that. And on the flip side, it's the same for the Bills. Bills games have gone under this line in 3 of 4 at home. So obviously I like seeing that. It's convincing data there to say that, hey, this under really should hit. So I love it there for your number 4 pick. Under 49.5 points in the Bills-Colts game at -110 odds. Okay, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Guys, a lot of exciting stuff here going on at the channel. Really excited to share it all with you. Like I said, we have that website off the ground. We have our Discord channel going. All those things, like I said, we have links to those in the comment section and in the description. So be sure to check those out. And other than that, guys, we've had a good weekend so far overall at the channel. I could say that. A lot of stuff's been hitting this weekend. Last weekend was rough in the NFL. It really was. It was a tough weekend, so definitely like to see a bounce back here in the NFL, and I'm very confident, obviously, in these picks. So I wish you all the best of luck. Good luck on your bets. Let's cash this weekend, and y'all have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.